Welcome to Julie the Thrifty Designer. Today I'm going to show you how I'm decorated my dining room for Christmas. I'm doing it to what my idea of a traditional English cottage country would be like, maybe back in the 1800s. So stay tuned and see what I have done. Sneak peek behind me. All right, I am showing you the top of my Christmas tree. Now my candles are not lit because they're on a timer and they won't go off until 4:30 tonight. And I don't want to mess it up because it's on a 6-hour on and the rest of the time off. And so I will show pictures of how the candles look at night on the tree. It's very beautiful. But it's an traditional English cottage style, my version, I guess, for Christmas tree. So I have simply just put a bunch of greenery sticking up at a plate. And by the way, those are paper plates I got from Amazon. And I did that because if they fell, I wouldn't worry about them breaking. And then I also did put my pewter teapot up here as the top of my tree. I have simply tied them with chenille stems, just some cinnamon sticks. And then I have pine cones. And here's a different style of my paper plates. These are just your 7-inch round. And the kit I got came with cups, and I wanted teacups, but I can't find any. So I just put these in, and I decided I don't think they look too bad. I would rather see an actual teacup hanging, but with the new cat, I didn't know what she was going to do with messing with things. And so far, thank you, Lord, she is leaving the tree alone. And we were just coming down. I have pine cones, and I have beautiful just red ribbon tied on those candles coming down. We stuck a little mesh in. My daughter did this. And it's just a nice little filler plus color. And I have berries. But the one thing you will see is missing that I decided I just didn't feel like using this year was any of like the shiny baubles, as they would say in England, and we would just call them balls or just our ornaments. I am literally just using berries and pine cones. And I did decide to put him in because he says 1880. And I'm kind of doing an old-fashioned, but I'm also put in garlands of ivy. We got some for my daughter's wedding, and then we didn't actually use them. And I'm now using them on the Christmas tree and other places in the house. And the ivy, I think, just really added to a lot of the Christmas tree. All right, now I am at the top of my china hutch, and I'm showing you what I put at the top. Got those deer, I think, from the Dollar Tree a year or two ago, and I just simply put them up on top with all kinds of greenery around them. And more of those paper plates, so if they fell, they are not going to get hurt. But they look like china. They have a shine to them, so they have a nice, beautiful china feel. And nothing but greenery and berries and more of the ivy. I think it looks really pretty. And this is the shelf coming down. And I have just some blue and white dishes and a farm scene with reds. And I put some copper looking paper plates in the back to bring in a little bit more color, texture, and I love the copper look with this. I think it just helps bring more interest to the look. And then this is the next shelf. And this here is my mother's antique butter dish. That's well over 100 years old. I just love it, and I have it out because I think it just goes beautifully. Another plate in the background I got from the thrift store. This wonderful little teapot. A friend of mine from the Renaissance Festival, she has a tea shop and she sells tea, but she also makes teapots, just handmade. And I asked her if she could make me something like this. And I showed her some ideas of patterns and left it up to her. And this is what she created for me. So this one was specifically made just for me. I think it's just beautiful. She did an amazing job on it. And then this blue and white transferware, I love. Look at the beautiful lacy trim. It's holes cut on it. Definitely came from the thrift store. I would love to find more like that. It is gorgeous. Love it. And then this beautiful pitcher. Thrift store again. Now this really is from Cracker Barrel. And it was a set. And I'm going to go try not to make you sick. And this goes with it also. A couple of years ago from Cracker Barrel is where those came from. And I think they're charming. Now on the main part of the buffet, I have my cloche here. And at Thanksgiving I had a pies in it. But now I've decided to use, so these are fake. They came from Amazon. Just fake little muffin treats here. I put them in just for something a little bit different than the pies that I made. And again, simple greenery and Christmas lights. And as I see, I did that on each shelf. And I have a candle, and that smells good. It's still a Thanksgiving candle, but it has a nice festive smell to it. I love it. And the name of it is, oh, it's from Tuscan Kitchen Spice. Cinnamon and 5 spices soy blend. I got that from the grocery store. And it just smells amazing. And then my daughter found these for me. She found them at the thrift store and got me one, and she dropped and broke another one. And so she found it online and repurchased it again for me. And behind it, I just put another one of those paper, copper looking plates behind it for more added color and texture. I think it just makes everything pop and shiny. And then my soup tureen. Oh, I just think it's beautiful. And again, nothing but all kinds of greenery and berries. In this case, I did put an apple out because it was on a candle ring. That's what this is a candle ring. But it just adds to it. And then one of these beautiful Courier Knives plates that my son and daughter-in-law gave me before I moved into this house, because I knew I wanted to start doing blue and white. And I have a whole lot more. I just need to put them out in different various areas. So I think it just adds to the look. Now you can see behind, I have this lamp. Now I have it off because I can't decide, is it just more glary with it? Or is it better without it? And up above it, I simply have a beautiful place rack. And again, I put the copper plates behind it for texture and color. And these are just some blue and whites that I've picked up at the thrift store, transferware. They're just absolutely stunning. And this one is the same style, only red and white. And I think they look very, very pretty. But now let's see what they look like. I mean, the light brightens and shows them, but I don't know, it just almost seems glary. So I haven't truly thought about turning it on. So here it is with it off. And here it is with it off. I mean on. I wish I could speak sometimes. So it looks good with it on. And in real life, it adds more coziness but yet it's so much brighter than the Christmas lights. I can't decide. So I thought maybe you guys could tell me in the comments if you think it's better with it on or with it off. It really doesn't matter. I'll probably have it on Christmas Eve just for even more lights so people can see what they're doing. But it is pretty. So here is how it is looking, pulled together with the Christmas tree and the buffet. Very charming. In the corner here next to the buffet, I have this beautiful cage-like bust. It's not used for that. I use it for decoration, and that's what it was intended for, I think, when it was created. But inside, I also have a candle and another transferware. It's hard to see with the bars around it, but it is just a beautiful blue and white scene. Looks like something from England. Gorgeous. And greenery around it. I'm showing you my curtains. They're from Amazon. I picked out this beautiful dark rich red curtain and also my normal everyday blue and white to go with my theme. And I put them on there with some beautiful garland that I'm leaving very simple. I might here in a little bit, which I forgot to do before filming, put a little bit of the English ivy on there, which I started to do and then got sidetracked. So I still need to put the ivy on there. But it just helps bring all the look together, and I'm keeping it very simple because I like the simplicity of it this year. And as we just go down, you will see I have a simple old-fashioned lamp, and it just really pulls everything together. Now, my dining room table. I was not able to get an actual tablecloth this year. I ordered one from Amazon and it got lost or damaged, or I don't know. I never received it, and they just ended up giving me a refund. So I couldn't find an actual tablecloth that I wanted to get. But I was looking in Ross and found this beautiful shower curtain. Now, I grant you, it's not quite the shape, but I don't mind it. I really like how it looks on here. The tablecloth, it works as a beautiful tablecloth. And what's nice, since it's a shower curtain, it'll be easily wiped off and cleaned because it's a little more water resistant should anything get spilt on it. And then I also picked up chair covers from Amazon to go with my curtains to pull the whole theme together. And I've kept it simple in the middle because this table is actually going to get pushed into that corner come Christmas Eve. And all kinds of food on the lifts and levels like I had it for Thanksgiving will be on here as well. So I'm keeping it simple right now, and I have just simply put in a 2-tier, and I didn't really put anything on it because it will hold food, so I'm not going to have to deal with that. But I've left it this way, and then on each side of it I have my mother's antique pewter candle holders. And on there, I have the battery operated candles. I love these. They flicker like a real candle, and at night they give a beautiful, beautiful glow. I love how they look. And then there's my patio door that I did put all of that diamond-shaped pattern on the window to help block the not so nice back patio, which is nicer now than it had been. And I simply have hung a gorgeous wreath. And it has a candle in it also. And this candle is really pretty, and I have to get batteries for it. I haven't done it yet, but it has the test pattern. So when you light it, look how pretty that is. And at night, and I will get batteries in it so it'll be on, that is going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous glow. Love how that looks. So as you can see from the table, there is how all of this area looks. Very English cozy cottage, to my opinion anyway. So in this corner, I have a table, and on this side I also have one of those lanterns that's lit up, very beautiful. Run the opposite side of the patio doors. And I have it still set up the same way I had it for Thanksgiving. So desserts of different various types, whether it's pies or whatever, will fit on that tray I will be putting for Christmas Eve. And in here will be my plasticware, and that's what's left over from Thanksgiving, and I have more to go with this year's theme that I will be putting in there. And I simply just put in a lot of beautiful greenery and red berries. And I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to actually alternate a red and a blue. And I have two of this pattern, a bigger size, and then I have that size and a smaller one. And I'm going to alternate them and stack them on here. And so for now, because it looks so pretty, I did put this up here, but that's probably where I'm going to end up setting my napkins for actually on Christmas Eve. I think it looks very festive and a fun way to gather your food plates, because I'm not setting an actual table. Unfortunately, my house is not big enough for what we will do on Christmas Eve to have a table setting, so everyone has to balance it on their knees. It would be my dream to have an actual space where we can do what we do on Christmas Eve and have another room for a sit-down dinner. But unfortunately, that's not what I have here. And now right here, I have something to hang my Christmas cards on, and it was my mother's. And digging around, I finally found some of my things. Now, I don't have a lot of Christmas cards, because guess what? I don't give out Christmas cards myself either. But it comes down and ends with the jingle bells. And all she simply did was put little pins and pin it on. I don't know if my mother made this or picked it up somewhere, but I know she had this since I was a wee little girl. But it goes very nicely with my theme. And I think it's great. And really it is. It's just a stick, something to hang it with, some greenery, and felt. Just a strip of felt hanging down, and little pins to hang your cards on. Very charming and very efficient for Christmas cards. Very, very pretty indeed. And here's a very pretty view. I wish my candles were on right now, but I do have it showing it in the dark, so you'll see it. So very inviting, Christmassy, and very pretty. I even put a little bit of greenery under my lamp here hanging in the dining room. It's not a lot, and I didn't want a lot because people will be walking under it, and I didn't need it to snag on people, and I just didn't want it to be overwhelming. And if there was too much going on underneath it, it might have blocked some of the lighting anyway. So there is what I did. Just a hint on the light. you enjoyed how I have created my dining room for Christmas this year. I think it's charming. I think it really does have that old world English cottage feel. May not be true to what the English makes it look like, but it's my version of it, and I really like how it has turned out. And I hope it will inspire you to create at least maybe small amounts of something in here that you would like to do for your Christmas. If not this year, next year. Oh, you guys, I'm so glad that you have taken the time to watch me. I hope that you will subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know when I am uploading, since I'm not very consistent right now. You need to have that bell rang so that you will know when I put up. I'm going to try to work on getting better at when I put up next year, when more of my projects get going around here, and I'm hoping to be able to show them to you. I'm going to probably catch you up on some that were done this year. Next year is when I'll probably catch you up on all of that. So hopefully I have some things that you will find interesting to see happen, that you will want to look at. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And you take care, and God bless, and happy decorating, and Merry Christmas. And remember, Jesus is the reason for this season.